All right, let's get this show started.
In today's news, BELAL MUHAMMAD reveals a potential date for his fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov. In an interview with Aaron Bronstetter of TSN, BELAL revealed that he's been cleared to train following a nasty foot infection. He also shared a timeline for his return. BELAL said that he'd prefer not to fight during Ramadan, but if he feels that he has to, then you can expect to see him in the cage as early as March.
Obviously, it doesn't work in my favor. I'd rather wait for that. But it all just depends, right? There's a early March card that's right at the start of Ramadan. So we fought in Ramadan a million times. For me, I'm not really looking at dates. It's just looking at my body and just staying healthy and not overdoing it to the point where a different injury happens or something stupid happens. So my team, my coaches, they're slowing me down a lot because now that I just saw my next opponent, I'm like hype. I was like, let's go jogging or something. Let's go hit pads. But still trying to take it slow, just trying to be smart with everything.
Gordon Ryan shares his honest take on PEDs in combat sports. In the ongoing debate of steroid use versus competing clean and submission grappling, Gordon Ryan stands firm as a proponent for PEDs. Recently, up-and-coming UFC grappler Mikey Musumeci suggested that King Ryan is a large reason for the sport's acceptance of PEDs. In a new interview following his role as an announcer for the UFC Fight Pass Invitational 9, Ryan shrugged off the criticism and dove deeper into why he believes PEDs should be legal.
The reason people watch professional sports is to see the absolute best athletes in the world do what they do. And when you take performance enhancers, it makes you a better athlete. So I just think that across the board, that if people want to see the best athletes are the people on PEDs. Steroid testing is a multi-million-dollar organization. But the money that goes into beating steroid tests is a multi-billion-dollar organization. Like when you have people competing at the Olympics, you have scientists hired by the country of Russia, by the country of China, by the country of the United States to go out and to beat these tests. So all that PED testing really does, in my opinion, is it makes it so that the people with the good teams and doctors can afford to beat the tests, and then the guys who are up and coming, who are just at some obscure gym in Kentucky who are trying to make their way up, those guys can't beat the test and they have to compete natural. So all you're doing is that you're making so that the guys on top can still afford to beat the tests and the guys on bottom can't afford to beat the tests. So then you have natural guys competing against juice guys anyways, whereas if they're legal, then everybody can just take as many steroids as they want. And if it's really against your moral code or whatever the case is to take steroids, then do it natural. I have no problem with that.
BRYCE Mitchell goes off on Elon Musk after UFC 310's victory. On Saturday, Mitchell dispatched his featherweight rival, Kron Gracie, with a savage third-round knockout, delivering a flurry of brutal elbows. During the post-fight press conference, Mitchell criticized Elon Musk for wasting money on rockets instead of helping out the people.
Well, I think that time will prove me correct. Time will always reveal someone's true character, and if you put that man in a position of power, his true character will be revealed. And let's just put it this way. He has all the money in this country. He's the wealthiest man in the country, and he wasted on fucking rockets, man. Think about it, dude. He could actually help people with that money, but he don't give a shit about you. He's got all the money in the world to help you. It'd be a penny to him, and you would never have to work again. He don't give a shit about you, though. He wants to waste it on rockets and waste it on all these cars that suck. And time will reveal the character of that man. And the more he gets under the spotlight, you can't fake it forever. His character will be revealed, and you mark my words, it will be seen that he is a rat bastard. And, if I had all that money, I would like to think I would help people more than he does.
Dana White reacts to Patricio Pitbull's issues with the PFL. The PFL, a longtime rival of the UFC, has solidified its position as the clear number 2 in MMA after purchasing Bellator MMA last year. Unfortunately, things haven't been all sunshine and rainbows since. The promotion recently canceled a trio of Bellator events and has struggled to keep some of their biggest names busy. This has led world-class fighters like Patchy Mix, Chris Cyborg, Gegard Mousasi, and Patricio Pitbull to speak out against the promotion. Mousasi was even released from his contract, and now Pitbull has asked for the same, hoping to make a move into the UFC. Speaking at UFC 310's post-fight press conference, White responded to Patricio's comments and painted a grim visual for PFL's future.
Patricio Pitbull said earlier this week that he wants to leave the PFL and he would like to sign with the UFC. Is he someone you'd like to see on the roster?
Who said that?
Patricio Pitbull.
Oh, Pitbull. Listen, the last couple months we've been talking a lot about the PFL. You know, they're canceling a lot of shows. I know that a lot of guys that are supposed to fight aren't fighting. And I mean, you guys know what the fuck's going on. I'm not. You know, when you see that start to happen, you're running out of money. Things aren't looking good, and you're going to have people that want to jump ship. You know, these guys want to fight. You have a very limited time of opportunity when you're a professional athlete, and even less when you're a fighter. So I'm sure you're going to see a lot of that, and we'll see how this plays out over the next several months going into 25.
New footage of Dana White apologizing to Alexander Volkov emerges. Volkov ended up on the losing side of a wildly controversial split decision that went down at UFC 310 in Las Vegas. Even his opponent, Cyril Gane, seemed confused by the result, storming out of the cage after being announced the winner. Following the fight, Dana White and Alexander Volkov spent a moment debriefing the situation. ESPN MMA captured the conversation.
I don't know what we'll do, but we'll try to make it right. I have no idea. The whole train of thought. I don't have no idea. They out there in the back. I'll talk to you in a little while, okay? I apologize.
Arman Tsarukyan enjoys his last meal before starting training camp ahead of UFC 311. Arman will receive the first title opportunity of his UFC career next month when he steps into the cage opposite Islam Makhachev. A few days after the fight's been made official, Arman shared footage of himself enjoying Dave's hot chicken, noting that his diet begins tomorrow.
Diet starts tomorrow.
MERAB DVALISHVILI exposes Team Khabib after UFC 310's altercation. MERAB was in Aljamain Sterling's corner when an altercation erupted between Denis Buzukja and a fan. Buzukja was also on Team Aljo, and MERAB moved quick to aid his teammate, but was separated by security before the situation could escalate. Now that the dust has settled somewhat, MERAB implied there may have been a connection with the fan and Umar's team. The fan was later seen hanging out with Umar Nurmagomedov and Islam Makhachev. MERAB now posted this video explaining his side of the story.
Exposing the guy who grabs MERAB's arm physically and insults him is not just a fan but teammate and friend of Umar and Dagestanis. You can see MERAB walking filming his friend Aljo when Guy grabs his arm and starts insulting him with phone in his hand. Turns out he is not just fan from Kazakhstan, but a provoker, and as MERAB said, he was insulting him.
You're gone, bro. You're gone.
Later that day, Umar posts stories with the guy and his squad. And there is even more pictures from years ago with him and Dagestanis. Media says MERAB got into with a fan, and the guy himself says MERAB said something about Shavkat, while Kazakhstan media promoted it like MERAB disrespected Shavkat, and the guy is hero. But obviously, this is not coincidence. MERAB is good with Shavkat, and all this happened in 15 seconds. This was just Dagestani's dirty trick and provocation.
It's time for today's top memes. Third place was posted by Made Reddit for this. Second place was posted by The Fight Bubble. And the top pick was posted by Iraqi Pleaskin 5. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.